Hi everyone, this is another splits video, but this one's based on getting your forward splits. There is going to be a crossover with some of the box split videos. There's some of the same stretches and the rules are the same. This is an advanced level video, so it's designed for people that already have a good level of flexibility. So I would suggest looking back at videos that build some basic hamstring flexibility in particular for this. You also need to be strong so you can control yourself as you lower into the positions. You should do this after exercise, so post skating, post a workout, whatever it might be, so you're warm. Okay, because this should not be done cold, because there's a lot of held stretches and it's going to be encouraging the body to go further, so that's quite hard. So first things first, make sure you've done a good warm up. I would probably do a few little sort of knees up, back, up, back, up, back, to just loosen that area, a bit of active stretching just to get going as we start off. It's quite important. Okay, so this is hamstring flexibility. I'm going to get cut straight in with the runner's lunge that is in the box split video as well. We're going to sink into it. It's a bit like a drag. We're going to drop our hips and then rock back into a hamstring stretch, stretching out the body there, forward, there, and then forward, and there, and then forward, and back, and sit and hold. Repeating sort of 5 times with hold, 10 times even. Keep the body pulling up here, ribs and hips under, core engaged, forward, there. This is also going to cross over a lot with the spirals video, because we do talk about like getting a spiral to split, which obviously this is aiming at. So there is a crossover, but this is, that looked strength a bit more, this is more just flexibility. We're going to lie on the back. These are held for longer than I'm going to show you because I've got it more at the time, but we're going to lift the leg up and bring it in and pull towards the face. We're trying to stretch out the hamstring. We've got a nice pointed toe, nice elongated leg, and we pull it in. You can also try wrapping a resistance band round and using that to pull it in and helping you. It should be more up towards the ankle. I think I've knotted it in wrong. You can pull it in and help. And of course you repeat on the other side, stretching out. Nice and strong, and if you want, you can use the band to help and hold in there for 20 to 30 seconds, which obviously I didn't. Where do I take from? Okay, the next one is, if you remember, we did this and up. This was videos, it was crossing the knee over, lifting the foot up, and we rocked it over. Push back and push to the floor. Look at the box split video for that. The next stage is to then extend that leg out in front. So extend the leg in front of the face. So again, you're getting the hamstring down there. And you can flex and point the toe to help with that. And we can do the same on the other side. Over, up, turning out, pushing away, as we did with the box split. Look at that for a little more detailed explanation. And then you can keep that foot in front. Bring it towards us. Okay. The next step, which I definitely did in the other video, is a seated forward fold. Pull in the body up. In fact, actually, we'll start with an upright forward fold. Run down vertebrae by vertebrae. You can have a little bit of bend in the knee just so you don't overstretch them. And reach towards the floor. The hands. You should start to feel it across the glute. Back. So this is still quite easy stretching. Reaching down and holding it. You can also cross one foot over the other. Get it slightly more down one side than the other, which is relative to one side being stronger or whatever on the forward split. We'll do the other side, of course. Nice and steady. Reach it out, and then when you're done, take it back to neutral and just see me go a little bit further to Don't try this before. Further. Let's flatten the floor. And then we can take this onto a seated version, rocking forward, extending the back, pedaling through the head, reaching towards the toes, and folding over there. Flexing and then pointing. The next stretch, again these are held. The next stretch we're going to do is a particularly good one. Well, actually we're going to do an easy version of it first. So we're just going to tuck the foot under, turn up the hip. This is also good for your box split. We do need to have a little bit of turnout to get forward split. The aim is here, the hips are on the floor, we just look forward. I can sit quite comfortably. This is an easier version of what comes next. Okay, know your limits, only push as far as you can feel it, but it's not painful. Okay, and you can sit there, you can even bring your head down to the floor. And you can change the foot that's underneath you, nice and turned out. So this is just prepping for what we can do next, which is when we really start to work in towards our splits. Okay, not splits, full splits yet, but a good step towards them. Okay, so we've held this. Next one's kind of similar. We're going to come up. We're going to bring one foot turned out in front of us. Okay, we're going to square off our hips so they're facing forward. And we're just going to sit there in like a pigeon pose. You can rock down forward again, lean into it. But this time the knees are a lot higher up. So it's actually in front of our hips rather than underneath our leg. So whereas before we crossed here to here and it was sitting just above our knee, the fold opened out knee, this time it's ahead of our hips. It's turned out from the hip and crossing in front of the other hip. And we can sit up into it. Okay. And look forward. The aim is to keep these nice and square. Sink in, we can have a little bit of an arch in the back. And then if we want to, we can lift up that knee behind us, wrap the arm around the foot, and we can start to arch back and get a bit of a lean. Keeping square here, that's reflection forward split. And you hold all of these. And try the other side, into a plank, cross underneath, sink it there, rock forward, stay square. Waiting, nice and soft. Hold it, you'll feel it across the glute. This is good. Then we can come up and sit back. And balance there if you want, or ideally sit back into it, put the arms up, staying square, staying strong. Then I lift back leg up, wrap my hand so that my elbow is going around the foot, and I can lean back, rest my head, and bring it towards the foot. Up into base. Lower down. My next other one. Okay, we're going to start to stretch out some spirals. So I'm just going to have a few props. First off, okay, I'm just going to do holding onto the wall and stretch to a spiral, and I've got a feeling it's going to be quite hard to see what I'm doing, but there you go. Reaching up, it's supported, I'm extending, so I'm starting to split. Good for practicing your spiral, stretching out the leg, turning out, pushing the knee back into the leg as well, so we've got a nice long line. And then we can do like a dancer pose or a catch foot spiral there. Reaching up, and we'll start to pull up there. And we can try it holding the knee as well. Okay, still working into the hamstring. Okay, and carefully do a non-crossing over so you're practicing those positions. Same on the other leg. Up into your spiral. So good strong stretch, pushing the hips back so you're going towards your heel. Then with the catch foot, the dance pose, again pushing back so we're supporting and assisting. hold on each of these, and then into the opposition. Our next stage, we're going to do up to the wall. So I'm just going to move that. So we're going to, and there isn't one for improving spiral, we're going to try the split up the wall. So we put our knee onto it and we push and stretch out, and we can walk the hands towards it. Pushing hips back in, and again holding it, and of course we do the same with the other side. So we're walking back. You may find blood rush to your head, so you may need to lift the head up a little bit, pushing back, trying to get these steps full. Okay, there's not a huge amount more to do. I'm just going to turn you back around. Apologies for the poor camera use here. Not particularly a camera person. We're going to start to actually do some split work now. So the next thing is to start to use some cushions to help us achieve our split. So we're just going to do one, in fact before we do, I missed one out, we're going to do an American split. So all we do with an American split is we extend the leg out. This is a little bit like this. And we turn out the back knee. So we're trying to square forward, okay, but we're not extending the back leg. So we're just square forward and reach in, and you can lean forward into your hamstring there and lift up. So we've got a bent back leg, okay, and that's just a starter. Swing round, bent back leg, square off. Okay, so it's kind of like a cheated split. You might be here to start with, or pushing a little bit further back, but this is a good way in. The aim is to bring it as level as you can with the hips, so judge where you are, and then forward, and push up, and try to secure the time you engage the core. Next stage, let's add some cushions. So, you can start off with one or two. The great thing is you build them up, and we can just go to a forward split, put the heel on, and you can do it either like with the knee bent, like an American, or if you can stretch out so it's starting to over split. Okay, but the cushions are taking that, so they're easing you into it. You hold the floor so you've got control, don't let yourself drop suddenly, and we sit into it and push our hips down. And of course, you can build up to as many cushions as you can manage. There, push down, sink in. That's my weaker side. And of course, you must do both. Sink in, square off, hips should both face forward, drop into it, and then we build up, holding everything in. Extra cushions. And then go there, into that. Forward split, and sinking in. Pushing through the floor to help support it, make sure you stay square. We can oversplit. Okay, we will do that in a minute though. Next thing is actually to try the split. Okay, so we can start to go in front, see where you get to, push down, square off, it's level, and the aim is to take the arms up. You can reach forward, and then sit back and try to sit back low into the split, and arms reach. And we're there. And then I can do the same on the other side. Don't go in from a height, do it from like almost like an American split, pushing out. There, square off, arms up, lean forward, keep the quad, shin upright and sit in. And if you're feeling quite comfortable with your split, it's time to start to oversplit to see if you can increase your level of flexibility. So we split between them, one leg on each, build them up, we get more more extrusions, and reach down and you're splitting in between them. The cushions will support you. Arms up, straighten out the leg. And this is going to help you in getting things like Elongation and stuff, a spike. And pushing down. As you can see, that's my weaker side, so I'm not as low on that side. I can get there flat on the floor, but I can't oversplit as far. Last thing, and to help you towards filming and stuff and really emphasise your split, we're going to do a bit like pigeon. Okay, into our split, we're going to lift our back foot, wrap it. Let's do it in square. And this is where I struggle on this side. Reach up. And do it sort of with it resting. Baby bend, leg up. If you can, you lift the arm up. I can sort of do it on this side. In case we go out to our split. Square up. Forward. Wrap. Head over. And then we can lift it, sort of. Get square. Really focus on square. When you're testing splits, bring the opposite hand to the opposite hip, and that really tests if you're square or not, so that you're not sitting like this, which is cheating. So squaring off. No. And that is my split tutorial. As I said, these were advanced exercises. They're designed to build you up. Play with it, take it in your own time and see where you go. Alright everyone, bye bye, have a good day.